Hello, hello, friends. Hi, Barbara. Hi, Melanie. Hi, Pamela and Kelly and Liz. I have Thomas with me here today, helping out in the background. And we're gonna do something fun with the Wicked Trios and the ginkgo beads. So the ginkgos are these 2-hole beads. It's like a 2-hole, you're not gonna be able to see it, but it's like a little 2-hole bead. And we had some in the Wicked kit, and we also added some online. And I saw an old design of Sarah's today. When I was doing the email, I went on our YouTube channel and I typed in beading wire because we have a beading wire sale happening right now. And it popped up with an older video where Sarah was sharing one of her designs where she used a 2-hole bead, and she also really showed off the soft flex wire. And so I'm going to remake her design idea, but with some different beads and using those ginkgo beads that we've got. And some of the beads from our Wicked kit. So speaking of our Wicked kit, we have a few in stock. We have 3 that just went into stock, I think, today. So if you missed the full kit and you wanted it, you can go snap it up for a little while until those last 3 sell out. So we've been sold out of that kit for probably a week or so, but sometimes a few kits resurface. So that's what happened here. And Thomas just told me right before we went live. So we've got 3 Wicked Brew kits available, and while supplies last. We have the ginkgos that we sell separately, so you can always pick those up separately. We also have the Wicked Brew Trios, which is a fun color combination of our pink tourmaline, fluorite, and black onyx soft flex beading wire in the medium diameter. And then we have some strands and some mixes left too. We have a few people coming on this month for beading parties that will be using some of those items. So I'm excited. I think we've got Rachel Malice coming on this week. And then we have Deb Floros coming on next week. And then we have Becky and Jenny joining me on the 22nd. So I'm excited to meet with both of them because I haven't met Jenny yet. So stay tuned for all of that. All the beading parties happen on Wednesday at 1 p.m. Pacific time. And yes, watch your spelling for the word ginkgo. It is Gingko for the giveaway that's happening. You see it scrolling down the bottom of my screen. Spell it like that with the hashtag for it to be calculated. And we're going to give away one of those. I think they're sold in a little bag. I think there's a bag of ginkgos. So we're going to give away a bag of ginkgos to one lucky winner today, the end of the video. What else? So I mentioned our beading wire sale happening. Let me pop that on. It's 15% off soft flex branded beading wire. It's everything in our beading wire category. So it includes soft flex, soft touch, any extreme that's available, the trios, the duos, the Econoflex, the Pro Econoflex, all of those are included. Anything that is in the beading wire category over at softflexcompany.com. You must enter the coupon code WIREDEAL, all one word, and that will give you 15% off of any beading wire in your cart. It's not valid with any other order discounts. There's only one coupon per order, and it ends October 7th, 2025. Our next kit is the Thanks a Latte kit, and those have been selling really quickly. I think, I'm trying to think of what we were down to. I think we have sold over 70% of them as of right now. Did you get any of the golden tickets? Did anyone get a golden ticket yet? We have some golden tickets going out with those kits. I think we've got 5 total. And yeah, I'm curious if anyone got one. Let us know in the comments if you did. The golden tickets are a gift card for a popular coffee place where you can get yourself some coffee or tea or a latte. We just thought it was kind of fun to do something a little different for the Thanks a Latte kit. And so we decided to put in some golden tickets. They are randomly being put into orders. So curious if anyone that's watching has received one. Everyone's having beautiful weather. We have beautiful weather here as well. I know I was just saying to Bert actually this weekend, I was like, could you imagine if our retreat was this weekend? No rain in the forecast, nobody getting stuck, nobody not making it on Friday, nobody having to drive through ponds of water. Such a difference this weekend is over last weekend. What else do I want to talk about? I got my bag. Yay! I was so excited. It arrived. Hooray. And there was a little surprise in here from Scott, which is what held it up from Rosa sending it to me. But look at how sweet. Remember a few weeks ago I was talking about not having any opals when we were hanging out with Nile? And opal is the stone for the 24th wedding anniversary, which Bert and I just celebrated. So he sent me some of these pink opal strands, and I'm going to make myself something with that, maybe a necklace. Maybe put like little seed beads in between. I'm going to have to see if it fits on medium or fine. But yes, I'm excited. And look, I put her up in my studio. She's hanging out behind me. There's a little bit of a glare on her right now with the window. So it's definitely more purple on the bag at the moment because of that glare, but pretty sweet. It's also the birthstone for October. I know the opals are really pretty. And you guys get a little bag of goodies in here too. So we have a limited supply of these. I think we're down to in the 20s left of them. You'll get the bag and you'll get a little bag of goodies on the inside to play with. So grab those while you can, while supplies last. I'm excited to have another one. I have this one from years past that's at my desk and I use it all the time. Are they the same? Yeah, they are. Oh, it's actually a little bit bigger. I thought they were this. That is so interesting. Maybe there's a slight variance at the printer with how, because I think they're the same size we ordered, but it is slightly bigger, the new one. Little, just a teensy bit longer. I love it. I'm excited to use it. Okay. Thank you, Kelly. You guys can see I don't have the moth behind me anymore because one of our friends ordered it and I have shipped it to her this past weekend. So she should be getting it this week. Yeah, Nancy, maybe it's the way it's sewn. It could just be that there's a little bit of a variance on how when they print it and make them up. And we also order like a good amount at once, which I don't know that most people place like that large of an order at once. So who knows? I don't know, Carolyn. I am not really privy to that kind of stuff. I don't really, that's a question for the office. I don't know. See if I missed any other. Oh, Canadian postal strike. I have a friend in Canada. She, well, you know her, Nancy. She's Nadia in the Create More Community group. And she does a like love letters subscription, which is so sweet. And it's art love letters, and you can sign up to subscribe, and she sends you love letters in the mail. And it's like, you know, you get it free 3 6. And I remember the last time that there was an issue with the postal strike, like it would just really was a big deal for her because that's like one of her offers in her business. And I'm sure that this is going to be a bummer for her again. She's away right now, so she might have put her love letters on hold, but hopefully they get it worked out and she can do that again. So what else do I need to talk about? Okay, let me show you what we're going to do today. We're going to make this wicked necklace design based on one of Sarah's patterns with the wicked trios and some beads for the kit. I just don't think I like the silver ones in the center, so I think I'm going to swap those out for something else. But let's go down to the beading table. It's a hula hoop necklace. Yep. So I'm using my Wicked Trios, which has the black onyx, which I'm putting as my main strand for the beads here. And then these ginkgos have 2 holes in them. So one hole is going to be strung through the ginkgos, and then the other one is going to have these soft flex jump rings going down. Isn't that fun? So the only thing I think I'm going to change, because I don't have any other silver in here, I'm thinking I'm going to change those. And I'm thinking about these black rondelles from the Wicked Bead strand. I also really love these triangles. I'm trying to decide if that's goes along with it or not to add something like that there. But let's go ahead and, or I could do those from the bead mix. So all of these beads here, I've got the ginkgos, which came in the kit and you can buy separately. All the black beads are from, I believe, the Wickedly Green bead mix. And then these beads were also in the Wicked bead mixes, the Wickedly Green and the Wickedly Pink. I think I'm going to cut this one open. This is the Wickedly Green bead strand. And I was like, I didn't know if I wanted to do these, but I feel like they're a little too large. I like how both of the strands had some of these like encrusted ones too. See, the pink ones are a little bit bigger. They have pink and green. And I'm thinking this rondelle bead would be better in that space, since I don't have any other silver, and just kind of feels out of place to me. Ooh. Ooh, Heather. Heather said her son returned a pair of pants and received an invoice for the tariff amount. Yeah, these tariffs are tough. These tariffs are tough, especially for small businesses and all of us regular folk, because it ends up just getting passed down to us, doesn't it? Ooh, I wonder if I should put anything else with it on the medium, on the middle one. I'm running out of space. A few people are confused by your comment, Heather. All right, so I'm gonna take these beads out. I'm gonna deconstruct it so you guys can see how to reconstruct it. Ooh. So here is one of my little ginkgo components. It's got the ginkgo bead at the top. It's got the fluorite softlex, and then I used the 2 green beads with a crimp in the center. And I went with black crimps, although the kit did come with silver crimps, so you could do either one. So there's the green one. There's the pink one, which I made the green one a little bit smaller, the pink one a little bit bigger. And then the black one, I had made the largest loop because it was kind of the center. Hi, Dana. Hi, Debbie. Okay, so deconstructing it a bit, I'm going to take out this one because I want to redo this one. I'm going to grab some of the black softlex beading wire. I'm going to cut this one free. And I just decided to keep all my ginkgos kind of going in the same direction. But you could always kind of flip them back and forth if you wanted to. I just thought my brain might have been unable to handle that right now. I'm going to feed the wire through. I want it to go this way, so it's kind of going in through the bottom of the ginkgo, and then I have the spot on the top. But I just realized, can it go this way? Oh no, it doesn't go that way. Okay. Yeah, it just goes, I thought maybe it would go into the skinnier or larger, but it just goes in the top or bottom. So I'm doing it in the bottom with the skinnier part pointing to my right. Totally could be earrings too. Yes. And then I'm going to put one of those black rondelles on the left strand and one on the right side of the strand. And then I'm going to grab one of the 2x2 millimeter crimp tubes. These are our blackened crimp tubes. So they're actually sterling silver that have been blackened. And I will say these are going to be a little bit heavier, so they might make my circle look a little more oval just because of the weight. I just want to make sure it's bigger than the pink next to it. So maybe I'll make it a little bit larger. I kind of wanted larger and then gradually get a little bit smaller on the rings to the side. So I can go ahead and crimp. I'm going to put that crimp tube right in the center of my tool, give it a good squeeze. Then put it in there at 90 degrees again, and then go all the way around. And then I will trim off those tails. And holding it from the ginkgo over here, just let the two beads with the little crimp kind of fall to the center. Like that. And so that's how I did all of these. And like I said, I just made the pink a little bit smaller and then the green a little bit smaller. So it's got the black, the pink tourmaline, and the fluorite beading wire from our trios pack. And then I'm going to just take some black beading wire, Softlex beading wire. And I'm going to string these up. So I was thinking of having one of these oval black beads. I probably want a crimp tube on here too. So let me do a crimp tube. And then an oval black bead. And then I'm going to start over here. And now I'm going to feed this through the top hole of the ginkgo. So you've got your little ring on the bottom hole, and you've got the top hole that you are stringing through. And then I had some of these left over from the bead mix. They're kind of like a fire polish bead, but they're a little more barrel-y maybe than round. It was slightly more rectangular look. So I put that one between, and then I go pick up the next ginkgo, go through the top, and slide that one on. And then another one of those black beads as a spacer. Then this large one. And I love how they start to overlap. So at first I didn't put any spacer in between, and they would just get closer. Or you can even space them out even further if you wanted to, and put more beads in between. And then I'll go back to the pink. And then last one is the fluorite. And then I put on one of those black oval beads again. And it's cute. I'm so glad I found it's one of Sarah's old designs, and she had done even more, because this is just one little section, but I feel like she may have even fanned it out even further. I didn't have any more of these beads, so I was kind of like, well, maybe do I just stop here? I could put other beads here in between and make some more. But then the spacing is not going to be exactly the same as those. These little hearts are so cute. I can't believe I haven't done anything with these yet. We still have more of these sold separately too, these black hearts. I'm digging it just like this. Maybe I make a pair of earrings to go with it. part of me was just like, what happens if it was like this way? So fun. All right, so I'm going to put another crimp down on this side. And then do I have a clasp around here? I don't know if I do. Hold, please, while I go find a clasp. Silver. It'd be great if I had black, but I think I used them all recently. Oh, no, there's a couple. Yay. Good. There's one of our gunmetal or black clasps, and how long do we want to make this? Always the question. I still left some crimps here because I think I'll probably crimp them into place after I figure out how long. So I think if you made your necklace really long, it would probably fall kind of like that, like more in the center. But if you make it shorter, then I think it'll fan out a little bit more. And I definitely want to make it a little bit shorter. Even a little shorter still. I love how bead stoppers make it so easy for me to just keep holding it up to my neck to see where I want it. I'm thinking right there. Hey, Zach. So now that I have my bead stoppers kind of in place of where I want them, I can place a crimp tube down, place my lobster clasp, go back through that crimp tube, and then unclasp that when I'm ready. Yeah, sort of a float. Ooh, that could be fun, dropping a petal in the middle of each loop. I only have one petal left because I used all my petals. But that would be great to have those petals in there. You could even add another ginkgo here, in here, and then like do another cascade down if you wanted to. That could be interesting. Or make these loops smaller and add a few ginkgos going down. Ooh, that could be kind of fun too. Maybe I'll think about that for the earring. See if I can get what I'm envisioning in my head out. So I'm going to trim this piece off, but since I have a good amount of wire here, I'm going to hold on to that and use it for securing my spaces there. I'm just going to double check that I'm still okay with where it's at. I think I am. Cutting this off the spool. Loopy-loo. Oh, yeah. I think we did do an Olympic design way back when with the 5 rings, Terry. I feel like we did something years ago. It was probably Sarah. Oops, wrong tool. Don't want to cut it. We want to crimp it. Such a fun idea. Because there's lots and lots of uses for loops, right? And then this will just clasp on here. And I'm going to let this kind of fall to the center. So now that I'm in the center here, I want to secure this crimp. So I'm going to add that little piece of black wire in there. And you could do this part before you put the clasp on too, so that you know where your center is. Trim off those little tails. And what this just does is keep your beads in place where you want them. Sometimes I leave this part off and I just let them kind of float around. It kind of depends on the design. If my beads are really heavy, gravity is going to keep them where you want them to be. But with these little loops, they're pretty light. So it's kind of nice to tell them where they need to go. And be very careful when you have all these little pieces of beading wire that you're cutting the right strand. And you're not cutting into your design. Awesome. How fun is that? Super cute. You can always add more beads. You can make this design lots of different ways. I like to have an even number of beads because see how the crimps kind of fall to the bottom, and then you've got the 2 beads on either side, and then it just feels like there's just like a little spacer bead in between. Pretty cool. All right, let me think about this idea of having a ginkgo and then connecting another ginkgo. Like, what would that look like? I don't know if this is going to work, but I'm going to give it a shot. How many beads do I have left here? 2. 1, 2 green. One, 2 pink for sure. Or if I want to keep it in line with what I did there. Let's see. All right, so we've got the same thing I want to do. I want to make a little jump ring with this ginkgo, but because I wonder if I have to go like this because the crimp would be in between them. Do I have to do that? Let me get these out of the way first and just do it straight ginkgos and see what happens. Okay, so I have 3 on there. I feel like one of them's supposed to go another direction, but let me get my little crimp on and then see what happens. This is when drawing it out might come in handy to see how it would actually go. So that one falls to the bottom facing out. This one falls to the bottom facing in. I almost want this one to face out if I can. Would doing that change it? Oh no, it's still going in the same direction. All right, I'm going to crimp it and see what happens. So if one ginkgo is to the top, what would happen with these guys? Let's grab some pink wire. So that would go that way. Can I go through both? Ooh, that's weird. I'm like, that didn't work as expected. No, because it goes the opposite direction now. Ooh, that didn't work. But you could make a loop going this way. Right, I think you could repeat a ginkgo for infinity. I think it's the 2 that doesn't let you go through 2, but you could do like 2 different loops, one there, which could be interesting. Like if you wanted to have this kind of effect. All right, I'm going to put that aside to think about that. And instead, I'm going to grab another ginkgo. And then what if I just did one? Or I'm like, how do I want it to keep going? Terry says, I have to be honest, the world needs a 2-hole bead that has 4 holes for more options, right? I have a feeling that there is a way to get that to work. If I sat down and think about it a bit more. I want to make one of these. So we'll do the green on both sides, and then we'll do the black. So I'm just going to make myself a little jump ring with the green, and this one's going to be the smallest of the loops. And then if this black one went through the top here, could that be the one that is connected to your ear wire? Or do I add another loop there? I like that. So maybe the pink one is next. And this goes this way. I couldn't left well enough be alone, right? And just go, ta-da, we made a necklace, we're done. Must keep going. So now this one, I want it to be a little bit bigger than that one. And then what would that look like next to it? So you're kind of creating a little mini one of these. That one got quite a bit bigger, didn't it? So, and then we did one. If I did another one, I could do another little green one, or I can bring in the black. And for the black, I don't have any little black beads left. What am I going to use? I have just one of those for each side, or I could cut open the hearts. Do a black heart and see. Okay, so if I hold this up, see kind of where that one would be size-wise. Maybe I make it kind of in between, not as big as the pink, not as small as the green. Let those hearts go down towards the crimp. And then string it onto my black wire that's holding all three. That's cute. Then you could create this as a circle and add your ear wire at the top. Or you can create it like a, you don't want to pull it too tight because then it gets weird. The other thing you might be able to do is create it like this too, a teardrop shape. No, that gets a little weird. See how that kind of pulls it weird? I think you want to stick with a circle. So I'm going to take another crimp. And make a circle. I probably should give myself a little bit more wire because I have a whole spool over here. And then I'm going to take this one and make a circle up at the top too. Who else gets themselves into trouble because they cut themselves too small of a piece? Come on. 3 medium soft flex beading wires should fit through this crimp tube. In my mind, I didn't think I needed such a big piece. Let's just get myself something bigger than this so I'm not struggling. So, let's double that in size. And then I can decide if I still like this in that. I think I still like the layout I started with. Okay, there's the first one. Then the second one. Then the third one. Then my crimp tube. So I could go about this 2 different ways. I could put 2 crimp tubes on and then put the ear wire in between them. Or I can do what I was trying to do with the first one, where I take this one back around, go through the crimp, and make a smaller loop at the top, which now that goes into my ear wire. And then I can kind of pull on those tails to adjust it to see what makes sense. I want it to still hang well without like kind of folding in on itself. So you need this ring to be big enough for that. I think I got it. And then my last thing is I have to make this loop at the top large enough to fit my crimping plier through it. Okay, go back and forth, crimp that down, and then trim out these wires. When in doubt, give yourself more slack, right? I was really struggling with that teeny tiny piece of wire. So there is a fun little loopy earring. And then I also have some gunmetal ear wires that I can use just so it kind of disappears. Since all of the other crimps and things were all the black. There we go. So those are all going, I'm doing those ginkgos in the same direction. Woo-wee, we did it. So now I just have to make myself a second one and match my loops up. Loop-diddy-loop. Pretty cute. I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try this on. See what it looks like. So this design is a fun idea to use with your soft flex wire, especially the trios packs where you've got multiple colors that go well together and kind of really play them up. You probably can't really tell. In person, you'll see it, but it's very light on camera because the wire is so thin. But how neat is that? I really love how that turned out. I'll have to check out. And the earrings are going to be fun and flirty. Loopity loop, loopity loop. So just to share one more time before I pick our winner, you must be here to win. So stick around. I'm going to call your name in just a minute. We've got 15% off Softflex beading wire with that coupon code WIRE deal, all one word. That ends tomorrow, October 7th at midnight Pacific time. So you must enter coupon code at checkout, not valid with any other order discounts, one coupon per order. We do have some things that are on sale. We put together that new big bundle that has all 12 spools of Softflex colored beading wire in the 10 feet spools. And that has a discount applied to it, and then you can get an extra 15% off with this sale. So if you want to stock up on all of the colors, that might be the best option for your biggest bang for your buck. All of our trios have a little bit of a discount added. So if you were to buy them individually, they'd be one price, but then when you buy them as the trio pack, you get a little bit of a discount because you're buying a quantity. So just know that if you grab any trios, you'll be getting an extra 15% off of those. And then we do have some spools in the closeout and the outlet section. As long as they're also in the beading wire category, just go to the beading wire category and look through there. Anything that's in there that is already on sale, you will get a extra discount with this coupon code WIRE deal. Thank you, Thomas. Thomas just shared that beading wire category. So take a look at that. Take a look at anything we have on sale or outlet or closeout that's in that category, and then you'll get a little extra discount on there. Rachel, the moth, yes, has been sold. Our friend Stacy, who joins us sometimes on the videos, she purchased it, and I just sent it off this past weekend. So I have a new display behind me because the moth is gone. I know. Thanks. I'm so excited for her to get it. I'm sad to see it go, but I'm always sad to see any of the art go, you know, but but I have to share it. I mean, it doesn't make any sense not to. So I'm really excited for her she should have it this week. I'm excited for her to get it. But thanks for noticing. So I've got some new things I moved around. Kind of springy feeling at the moment, but had to kind of see what I have left. I have some art going into a cabaret show tonight, which should be really fun. I have no idea what that means. It's going to be, there's a cabaret show that has, I don't know how many songs they're doing. I feel like they're doing somewhere between 8 and 10 songs. And there were 8 artists chosen. I submitted some artwork for it and I was selected. So me and the other featured artists will be in the courtyard before the cabaret event tonight. And then when they're singing, they paired each piece of art with a song. So while they're singing, they're going to be projecting the art that they decided to pair with that song on the stage. So, I mean, it's going to be so much fun. I don't really know what to expect. It's something totally different. So, I'm excited that's happening tonight. It's a one night thing. Yeah, thanks, Liz. I know, I'm so happy to be a feature artist too. I'm like, it sounds really cool. You want to see the art that I'm gonna have in there? I've been varnishing it the last few days. So last chance, get your hashtag ginkgo in the comments. Let me see, and I will pull that up in just a minute. We've got 58 of you in there. Oh, so she is the luminous moth goddess. And now she's got a little bit of a sheen on her because I've been varnishing her for the last 2 days. But yeah, excited to see what happens. I've been very blessed this summer to have all sorts of fun exhibits. I don't think I've ever had my art in this many back-to-back fun exhibits. So it's been really crazy since May. I feel like I've just been go and just feel really blessed for it. So really excited to see what tonight's event will look like. Thanks, everybody. Roberta, I like Liquitex. So I use Liquitex acrylic. This is called acrylic gloss varnish. And then my favorite is actually the satin, but I don't have any right now. So this is the gloss. They do a gloss, a satin, and a matte. So I've got the gloss on this one, but I really like the satin because it's sort of it gives it a sheen, but it's like a softer sheen. And then I actually love matte too. But matte does dull the colors a little bit. So I don't always I don't know. I kind of go back and forth with the matte one. The song that's being paired with mine is a Jill Scott song. It's called Cross My Mind. So since it's a cabaret, there's like a lot of R&B, I think, songs that will be played. And yeah, so and I think she said it was like a mashup. Let me go actually pull it up. Let me see. The song that they chose. Yeah, it is called Cross My Mind, Jill Scott and Bonnie Raitt mashup. So it should be fun. Heather says satin is really subdued. Yeah, satin's my favorite because it still brings the color out a little more bright, but the overall shine is sort of softened, whereas matte can sometimes be a little too dulling, I guess. I don't know if that's a word, but can kind of dull it down a little bit. But I like the overall feeling of a matte. I don't know. But Liquitex is my go-to. That seems to be the one I've used for years. I've always been really happy with it. So I don't think you can go wrong with any of them. Yeah, like Bonnie. Thanks, Sherry. All right, here we go. Let's pick a winner. I was just telling a friend yesterday, I was like, I'm going to have to slow down a little bit at some point. I feel like I've been go for quite a little while now. Kara, are you still here with us? Kara Whitstock, you are our winner. If you're still around, let us know in the comments. We'll give you a few minutes to let us know that you're here. Like I said, we've got a beading party happening on Wednesday. It is with Rachel Malice, and she's going to be using the Wicked Design Kit again. And we just had a couple more sneak into the shop. So I think we've got 3 there. There's only 2 little witch hats left of the charms. We do have a handful of the little wand charms left, though. Kara, are you here? I know TGBE is coming up. Kara's here. Hooray. Congratulations, Kara. You're going to win a bag of the little ginkgo beads that I played with today. Please email us at info@softflexcompany.com. Let us know your shipping information. And, oh, you know what? I should grab the TGBE schedule because we just posted it in the group and I can now share it with you. So let me grab that. Fall Fest is coming up quickly. It kicks off on Friday, October 17th. That's when you can join us from a project preview party at 5 p.m. Pacific time. And then we'll have presentations all day on Saturday, October 18th, starting with Candy Cooper of Nostalgica, Kate Richberg of beadshop.com, Jill McKay, and then me and Joyce for Softflex Company. And then finishing Saturday off with Nilay Patel of Silver Silk and More. On Sunday, we come back with Abby Berta of the Bead Place, and she's having, I think, a little bit of a special guest with her. So look for that on the morning of Sunday, October 19th, followed by Heather Powers of Humble Beads, and then Cynthia Thornton of Green Girl Studios, Kay Goss of Stars Beads and Beadoria, our friend Christy Friesen, and then last of the day is a TGBE holiday gift guide. So tune in for that. That'll be like the roundtable style. We don't know who exactly is going to be there, so that's kind of a surprise. Come check it out. That finishes out our day on Sunday. So if you've never been to TGBE, it's the Great Bead Extravaganza, and it's happening on the Great Bead Extravaganza Facebook page, as well as most of the presentations happen on the Great Bead Extravaganza YouTube channel too. Not all, though. Everything happens on Facebook. Some of them happen on YouTube also. Since we're all independent companies that we collaborate together, everyone's setup and what they can and can't do in terms of their streaming is a little bit different. We started this on Facebook. It was a Facebook event. So everybody is definitely on the Facebook page, the Great Bead Extravaganza. And then we share the presentations into the group. There's a group called the Great Bead Extravaganza too. So be sure to join that as well as the page. And then if you like YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to us over on the Great Bead Extravaganza YouTube channel, and you can see most of the presentations there. YouTube is the best place to watch the replays because they'll stay. Facebook is a little, they changed their policy this year, so after 30 days, they do remove videos, but anything that was uploaded to our YouTube channel for the Great Bead Extravaganza will be there longer term. And you can even watch some of the back, things from the past, because some of those techniques and ideas are evergreen. Even though the products might be gone, you can definitely learn some fun things. Softflex Company's also live on our YouTube channel, Softflex Company YouTube channel, and then I think we'll probably get shared to our Facebook page. It's fast. It's a lot of fun. Ooh, Terry scooped up a Wicked kit. Woo woo. Kelly, I cannot fit another time on there. You're just going to have to put it into your time clock thing. Like, I have barely any space. I wish I can get rid of some times on there, to be honest, because it's like, when we share it around, I feel like the schedule is like itty bitty and it needs to be larger. I think it starts at, like if you just want to go ahead and put when it begins, like it begins at 8:30 Pacific time each day and ends at 3:30 Pacific time. And on Sunday, it starts at 8:30 Pacific time and ends at 5 Pacific time. If you kind of just want those start and stops to work out when it begins and when it ends, and then otherwise it's going on all day long, and you can pop in and watch it whenever it makes sense for you. It begins at Candy Cooper o'clock, right, which is early bird gets the worm. And Candy Cooper does go on, I think, a half hour early each day. So that's actually 8 a.m. Pacific time it starts, because she does like a little intro for Candy Cooper o'clock. All right, look forward to seeing you all that weekend, and I will be back here next Monday at 1 p.m. Pacific time for a new episode of Free Spirit Beading. We do have a live sale this week, I believe, so tune in for that as well on Thursday. So you got me today, you've got a beading party on Wednesday at 1 p.m. Pacific time, and you have a live bead sale on Thursday at 1 p.m. Pacific time. Bye, everybody.